Hello, welcome to part 2. Back to figuring out the IPC holiday event thing.
We meet again. How have you two been?
Been running around. Been trying to find out what to do about this whole thing.
Uh-oh. That look on your face tells me something's wrong. I hope it's nothing too serious.
Oh, it's nothing too serious. It's just the importance of your entire planet.
Sounds serious.
I'm glad they do that and not
Really?
repeat it all.
You better not be making things up.
I wish it were made up. Unfortunately, we don't have much time, Pela. Branya wants to get everyone's opinion.
Wait, you're telling me I have to make this huge decision on the Okay, if it were up to me, I'd probably agree to the IPC's conditions.
More than likely, I mean, if the IPC's conditions help the planet.
Huh.
I've looked at some of the climate reports, and based on the data I've seen, and that's assuming no other disasters occur, I care more about those in the present than a future I can't be sure of. If the IPC is able to bring about immediate change, then I think that's building a better world for future generations sounds great, right? But is it any fun for the engineers and architects who are directly involved in such a pursuit?
I see. So, compared to a distant and uncertain future, what you really care about is making sure the people around you have a good life.
That's about right.
Thanks for your input.
Oh, wow, look who we have here! You and Marge paying us a visit. What's the occasion?
Your planet.
Oh, sounds like something serious is happening. What? How is that possible? I need a moment.
Serval, we're racing.
It's okay. I've thought it through.
What? Hold on, are you—
Surprised? My reasons are pretty simple. Signing this contract would mean we no longer have to worry about surviving. For most of the residents here, especially those in the underworld, that would be more than enough to persuade them. As for working for the company, people need to work no matter where they are, right? If the IPC tries to take too many liberties, we can— You know, I've always longed for the stars since I was a child, which is why I devoted myself to science and the studying of the Stellaron. If someone told me that I could do whatever research I wanted with only a small price to pay, I probably wouldn't hesitate.
That makes sense.
I see. Thanks for your input.
Is that the Trailblazers? It's been a while. I didn't think you'd be back in Bellabox. It's been pretty hectic in the city lately. Do you need my opinion?
Hey, done.
So that's who they are. The Madam Guardian must be under a lot of pressure.
We're here to gather everyone's—
Why, I'd refuse the contract, of course. Just look at them. Arrogant, stomping around here as if they own the place. How can such people be trusted? Who's faced with this sort of coercion? We must resist them with all our might. Surrendering is— You must warn the Madam Guardian not to allow herself—
A soldier's perspective is always valid. Thanks for your input. I'll make a note.
I just got teleported again.
Did we miss anyone in the over? From what I've gathered, it seems like most people in the—
I assume it's the opposite for the underworld. Oleg!
None other than the saviors of Belobog. To what do I owe the pleasure? To be honest, I'm surprised you even remembered an old geezer like me.
Gonna be completely honest, I kind of forgot about you, but hey, it's nice to see you again. I'm better with faces than names.
But I can tell by the look on your faces you're probably not dropping. Let me guess. Something to— Well, ask away. It just so happened. I see. That's a tricky situation, all right. A lot for anyone to handle.
Mr. Oleg, out of all the people we know in Belobog, you have the most life experience. What do you—
Want to hear the truth? I'm afraid great ambitions and lofty plans. If this IPC does indeed possess the magical power to restore Belobog back to its former self, have you considered the opposite? What about if we refuse? The reconstruction plan already sounds like an endless endeavor. And with the added burden of a massive debt, well, that's something we can manage on our own. What worries me the most is how Lady Bronya will handle the backlash from her people. Will she be able to withstand the criticism? Is she prepared to carry the weight of a tarnished reputation for years to come?
Huh. I guess I never looked at it. Thank you for your thoughts, Mr.
Natasha!
What brings you two to the underworld? Seems a little out of the blue. That is a...
No stress, Nat.
I've thought about it, and... Well, if I were Bronya, I wouldn't sign it.
Surprising coming from the doctor.
I won't deny the offer on the table is a very tempting one. And if we refuse, Belobog will not only have the burden of a huge debt, we may also incite the wrath of a very powerful force. But even so, a quote I read back in school came to me just now. Those who living in the underworld has taught me that this phrase is true. I'd rather trek through the frigid snow plains than live in a beautiful
Wow. That's a pretty another vote for the against pile.
Alright.
Miss March, big brother.
Hey there, Clara.
Mr. Svarog went out for...
What? Taupe?
I'm not sure.
What now? True. Don Hung's always saying that Clara's really insightful.
Huh? Miss March, do you want to ask me something?
Oh boy.
That's complicated.
It's all right, Clara.
I think if we have a choice for... Because when I was playing with Hook, the moles, and the other kids, we talked about our dreams.
I have dreams too.
Everyone has different dreams. If we accept Miss Topaz's offer, then doesn't that mean our dreams will never come true? Just taking away people's...
You're right. Children... just the thought of our lives being... Thanks, Clara.
You just teleport me.
All that right. So, the votes are completely even. Oh, right! She's probably still in the Great Mine.
Back so soon? Are you feeling all right? I can tell from your tone that this isn't gonna be a lighthearted...
Oh my goodness.
I think I get it. At first, I thought it was just a...
Yeah, you didn't think the future of Belobog.
Right.
As it stands...
In that case,
What?
I've thought about it. No matter the choice she makes, she has far greater foresight than I do. The vote is tied. If I were to give you my view, it would tip the scales and possibly... I'll respect whatever decision she makes, but...
Understood, Zila. It's times like these that a leader must stand...
Right. If she asks you, just let her know my reasoning.
Well, it's all in Bronya's hand. Right? I'm glad Belobog has... the time has come.
Oh my goodness. When did I get wrapped up into like this type of affairs?
Whoa, the fort's packed! I've never seen this many people here before.
Politics.
Jeez, I can barely even hear myself think.
Hey,
March,
Bronya.
you're back. So,
We talked to people...
what was Zila's... I should have known.
Did you come to a conclusion with the ministers?
It's pretty much the same situation here. The time has come to make a decision.
Enough! All of you! I know what to do.
Wait! I have something to say to the Supreme Guardian.
What? What are you doing here?
But aren't you?
Himeko? Wait, is that the real you or a hologram?
It's the real me, March. Real as they come.
Miss Himeko, from the Astral Express? It's an honor. Thank you for all your help in our previous campaign. Things might have turned out differently without. If we had known of your arrival beforehand, the architects would have given you a proper welcome.
I understand, Miss Rania. No need to explain. Your city is facing immense difficulties. My intention is simply to ensure that you have all the relevant intel.
It'll come a bit sooner.
The life of a navigator is a busy one. You should be glad that I made it in time.
That's fair.
There is some important information that I must pass on to you, Supreme Guardian. It is my hope that it will better equip you to make a wise and informed decision.
Information? Please, tell me what you know, Miss Himeko.
I happen to have a friend with knowledge of Topaz. What Topaz said about her home world is indeed true, which is why she believes that the IPC's takeover of Belobog is... But there is one thing she intentionally left out. Not all worlds that have accepted the IPC's terms have been saved.
You mean...
Performing ecological reconstruction on a planet carries inevitable risks. According to the intel provided by my friend, the success rate for the ecological reconstruction of worlds using the IPC's technology is 63%.
Only 63% of planets succeed? That's not exactly comforting.
Yeah.
This is the overall average across all IPC projects. The success rate of projects personally handled by Topaz is above 80%. She's undoubtedly one of the most capable people in her field. I wanted to bring these numbers, these probabilities, to light. I think it's only fair that you know all the facts before making a decision. Ultimately, it's up to you, Supreme Guardian, to make the final call.
I understand. Thank you, Miss Himeko. Regardless of how alluring their promises may be, this contract is nothing more than a gamble. As a leader,
Now that you've decided, I don't have to pretend to be impartial anymore. I think you're making the...
Astral friends, I have an idea, but I need some time to rally all the residents in the city. Please locate her for me. It doesn't matter where she is or what she's doing. And if the IPC is still trying to take over Belobog's assets...
Don't worry. Leave it to us. We'll find her. It won't be easy dealing with her, but these two will help me get the job done.
Please don't die.
Belobog's future is not for sale. And we'll never forget the friends who stood by us in our time of need. Not once, but twice. Stay safe, everyone.
Saved the planet twice. Got you. Order meeting Garrison. Please don't let a lot of bots go.
Gepard should be waiting for. Here we go again.
The Supreme Guardian has briefed me on the situation, and ready to enter Rivet Town? Keep your guards up.
Again!
Destination reached.
What the?
Wow, would you look at that? Huh. I never would have guessed it'd be here. But I don't see any mech or weapons. This place is completely surrounded by mountains. Surely they can't...
Affirmative. The weapons are concealed within the towering rock formations.
No wonder we couldn't find the automaton factory. It was right under our noses all along.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. You said these weapons have been hidden here from the very beginning? That means the architects of Eurillo 6 never used them in their fight against the Legion.
Correct. After the IPC departed from this world more than 700 years ago, no one has possessed the necessary knowledge for activating these weapons.
That's pain.
The architects used the IPC blueprints to construct replica automatons. However, the overwhelming majority of the combatants, commanded by Elisa Rand, were human.
I see. The stories about this world are truly captivating.
I would like to ask you a question, Topaz.
You're awful polite for a big robot.
If the IPC does not intervene, this world is doomed. Are you convinced of this conclusion beyond any doubt?
Yes. I've gone through countless case studies, and they all point to the same conclusion. Any world that comes into contact with a Stellaron is doomed.
What about a Stellaron that was sealed?
On the surface, things may appear to be getting better since the Astral Express lent a helping hand. But sooner or later, the underlying problems will resurface.
I mean the Legion?
A looming crisis can often lie hidden beneath the illusion of prosperity. Unnoticed by...
Understood.
Understood. That's it? You don't have any thoughts on the matter?
Emotional readings indicate that your response is sincere and accurate. That is all I wish to confirm regarding this matter. While my opinion on the future of this planet may differ from yours, it ultimately holds no weight. I am merely a tool, not a decision maker.
If only my colleagues had the same self-awareness as you.
Hey.
Come on, Numby. We've got some assessing to do.
Topaz disappeared after leaving Rivet Town. In her absence, her subordinates flooded...
The IPC soldiers are well equipped. It wouldn't be wise to fight them head on. Captain, what do you have in mind?
You're right, Miss Himiko. We'll be using the automaton stealth bomb to cover our tracks.
Automaton...
I'll explain later. Let's get moving.
Mr. Svarog? Are you alright?
Greetings, outsiders. System functions are normal. I have had no conflict with the IPC's representatives. Such a result would be highly undesirable.
I agree.
Topaz is ahead. She had the means to force me to comply with her orders, but chose not to. From her perspective, the only way to preserve Belobog is by incorporating it into the IPC. While I do not agree with her viewpoint, I lack the computational power to provide evidence to the contrary. While it is unlikely, I still encourage the avoidance of any potential conflicts.
Unlikely potential?
Don't worry, March. The Express never pursues conflict as a first means. But if it comes down to it, we won't back down either. That's how it's always been.
A fair statement.
Himiko's right. As long as we can look at ourselves in the mirror and know we did...
Oh, hey there, Slowpokes. I was starting to think you weren't gonna show up. This lady next to Miss March looks oddly familiar.
Pleasure to meet you, Miss Topaz. I'm Himiko, the Astral Express's navigator.
Oh, wow. I remember now. The illustrious Miss Himiko. Some of my colleagues dream about meeting you. Of course! The Nameless have quite the reputation. You're following in the footsteps of the great Akavili, after all.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pleased to see how well everyone's been getting along. Topaz, based on your greeting, I presume you have a good grasp of the current situation?
Of course! The deadline has already passed, but Branya still hasn't signed the contract. I think I can guess what's holding her back.
Please, don't misunderstand us, Miss Topaz. We have no intention of opposing the IPC or its board of directors, but we have very dear friends on Eurillo 6. Standing idly by and watching them sign an unfair contract goes against everything the Nameless are about.
Yeah.
Miss Himeko, sorry for interrupting, but this doesn't sound like a negotiation.
We needn't waste our time, March. She made her decision 10 minutes ago.
There's no fooling the Astral Express. You're absolutely right. Differing views don't necessarily mean one person is right and the other is wrong. However, to keep things moving forward, there's usually only one solution.
Huh? What do you mean?
We have to fight?
My superiors have granted me the approval I need. I wish. So many eager faces. I want approval to launch an attack on the members of the Astral Express.
Oh
The best
boy.
kept secret to getting something over the line? Always be ready to turn the tables. Go, Numby.
Oh.
Projects under my wing have no room for error.
Oh. That was terrible.
Incredible. No wonder the Astral Express is so highly finished warming up. Now it's my turn.
Stop! All of you, put down your weapons.
Branya! You're here just in time. Things were about to get out of control.
Supreme Guardian. I was starting to wonder whether you'd left the Express.
I would never do such a thing.
More important than this?
Yes. I think you'll understand the significance once you see it. In short, I need you to help us.
Help you? That's interesting. I was under the impression you'd already decided to obstruct our operations.
I have read your letter word for word, Miss Topaz. And your childhood experiences truly touched me. Your hometown once experienced a similar catastrophe to Eurillo 6. So I can understand your perspective on the issue and the position you have taken.
Yeah?
It's because of this empathy you have that I still hold out a glimmer of hope. Despite all that's happened, I hope we can still find common ground through peaceful means.
I feel like the debt should have gotten erased if Eurillo 6 was about extinct.
I have to admit, talking to you is always such a pleasure. I apologize for my behavior just now. It was, inappropriate.
Oh. You sure about that?
I admire your determination. Seeing as we've come, this far, I've changed my mind. I'll hold off a little longer and see what you have to show me. But remember, winning over the higher-ups won't be easy.
I understand. That's why I've been taking things one. Members of the Express? Kyle, sorry for the delay.
The path ahead is clear, Madam Guardian. You and your companions can...
Excellent. Let's go.
We're going to that place.
What is this place? We've never been here before, right?
We've only recently discovered this domain. Let's keep moving forward. What I want to show you is just ahead.
What is here? What the heck? What?
Look, the people of Belobog have not given up. I just want to give them a chance. Do you two recognize that broken down machine over there?
I definitely do.
I thought you might. Miss Topaz, I know you've done a lot of research into Belobog. I was wondering if there was any information on the engine of creation in your
Not at all. Which is why I find it so incredible. Such a massive feat of engineering, yet there's not a single mention of it in any of the Strategic Investment Department's reports.
I may know the reason why. The engine of creation was constructed solely by the people of Belobog, without any external assistance. The project was led by the first Supreme Guardian, Alyssa Rand. While warriors fought on the front lines, the engineers worked tirelessly behind the scenes, designing and constructing it.
So what you're saying is, the engine of creation was a weapon constructed by the Belabogians themselves?
It's a massive machine.
Yes, but not entirely. The engine of creation was commissioned for combat shortly after its completion, and played a significant role in the battles against the Legion. But Alyssa Rand had a long-term vision, one that nobody anticipated. For a long time, this feat of engineering was codenamed the Geological Reconstruction Unit.
Oh.
It was actually given a much grander purpose: to help the Belabogians rebuild their homeland and restore their world to its former glory, after driving away all those who threatened it.
Remarkable. A vision that would transcend both time and generations of Belabogians. Madame Rand was truly an inspiring leader. Not to take away from the Supreme Guardian in front of me. She's quite the inspiring leader as well.
Thank you. But I didn't really do anything. All I did was bring the people of Belobog together and make them aware that our hard-earned freedom was under immense threat once again. If we want to preserve this freedom, we must act and show those who doubt us that we, Belobog, have the will and the ability to control our own destiny. The outcome of our mobilization speaks for itself. The children of Belobog have made their decision. They have chosen to preserve this homeland.
I must say, I'll fight for this opportunity for you, Rania. I shouldn't have conflated your own circumstances with my childhood. That was a serious lapse of judgment on my part.
Hey, it's no problem. I'm pretty sure you were worried about the planet in itself.
My world never had a resolute leader, so people gave up on the idea of saving themselves long ago. But your civilization has persisted through the snow and storms for 700 years. A truly admirable feat.
Considering the fact that 700 years is a long time.
Then, Are you willing to retract your previous decision? As for the debt, we'll find a way to gradually repay it. But it'll take some time.
I think sometime might be decades, but I digress.
Unfortunately, the acquisition of Eurillo 6 is a strategic decision that's been approved by the IPC's top brass. Even if I wanted to overturn it, convincing them would be extremely difficult. Unless...
Don't worry, Miss Topaz. Myself and all of the Nameless aboard the Astral Express are willing to vouch for this world.
Fantastic. That might just work. As for the, reports and potential accountability, I'll handle it.
Oh boy. Wish you the best, Topaz.
Miss Topaz, you mentioned accountability.
Don't worry, it's nothing I can't handle. There are more important things than titles and ranks. Finding the best solution is what matters most.
Hey.
If that's what they want to do, then so be it. I've long passed the stage of working just for money.
I mean, considering you have a warp trotter as a pet.
Thank you so much for all you've done. I never thought we'd drag the Express into a crisis again. Much less one that might cause a rift between you and the IPC.
Rift? I wouldn't go that far. Also, it's me who's mostly to blame. I didn't keep my subordinates in check. 17? You could say he's, special case.
Well, you all need some Miss Topaz.
I appreciate the offer, but I need to head. It's been great getting to know you both. I hope we can work together again in the future. Only next time under better circumstances.
I hope so too.
Looking forward to the Soulworm Festival for ages. I never thought this trip would be so... tiring. Time for bed.
Same, actually. Man, I want that. Oh.
In light of the events that have transpired, we will be taking the following disciplinary measures against you. Your rank will be demoted from P45 to P44, with corresponding adjustment to your basic salary. All bonuses for the current cycle will be revoked, including stock options and performance bonuses. You will need to submit an additional report regarding this incident to Diamond. If you have any objections to this penalty, you may also file an appeal in writing.
I have no objections.
Understood. Is there anything else anyone would like to add?
Jeez.
If there are no further remarks, this meeting is concluded.
Why is it robotic?
You only got demoted one rank? Phew, you dodged a bullet there. Pretty big project to mess up on. Someone must be looking out for you. Oh, they've already left the call.
Huh?
Ugh, this voice changer is driving me crazy.
Let me turn it off.
Aventurine, why are you still on the line?
Adventuring.
Hey, what's with the hostility? It's not like I'm your boss. Oh, wait. I guess I am now. My apologies. I'm still getting used to my new place in the hierarchy.
Can I help you? If you've got something to say it already.
Oh, nothing important. Just checking in on you. I told you Eurillo 6 would be a high-risk, low-reward case. Why do you even bother? In our line of work, having a kind heart can be more of a liability than an asset. If you're not careful, you'll end up leading yourself down a dead-end road.
Well, I guess that's corporate in a nutshell.
Anything else? If not, I'm hanging up.
Wait, hold on a minute. Don't hang up, I get it. You're not in the mood for this conversation right now. Okay. How about this? Something that might interest you. While you were enjoying your playtime on Eurillo 6, Diamond was busy taking care of the head honcho of the Building Material Logistics Department. That's why he didn't attend today's meeting.
A Terravan?
That's right. The renowned Terravan. One of the 7 board members. He's throwing his support behind us instead of the Marketing Development Department for once. Oswaldo won't be laughing anymore. Diamond's been a great help to both of us.
Right.
Your antics on such a crucial day can't exactly have painted the Strategic Investment Department in a good light, you know? Since you get the point, let's get down to business. I'm currently at Pierpoint. There's a major deal that could affect the whole department. I just so happen to need a reliable project manager for the job. What do you say, old friend?
Wow.
Huh. And what prompted the mighty Aventurine to start collaborating with others?
Penacunny. What else?
Hey, that's what I'm trying to get to.
What?
That's right. Now
hold on a minute. Diamond picked you for this project? I was expecting someone like Opal or Obsidian to handle it. At least someone higher than rank P46.
Honestly, who knows? The family has some pretty questionable characters. If you ask me, doing business with them is a lost cause. But as we both know, the IPC does more than just business deals. Guess it's my time to shine. So, how about it? This is a rare opportunity. Consider it. You never know, you might even be able to make up for your blunder on your Eurillo 6.
Well,
I'll get back to you later. Seems like it's just one wild ride after another.
yeah. Kind of like mine. Except, mine keeps going on as a wild ride. There's no break.
I hope I made the right decision this time. This snow is mesmerizing.
It is alive. Well, that's gonna be all for this. That's a lot to take in. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.